Hi everybody, I'm going to demonstrate for you a muscle relaxation technique. So I hope you're ready to get started. Get seated somewhere comfortable, pause if you need to. I'm going to get more comfortable. I'm going to actually get a pillow here to sit behind me. What the goal should be here is that you are seated comfortably with your legs uncrossed, with your feet flat on the floor, and then get your arms in a comfortable position. And you can close your eyes if you want to do this, but I'm going to keep them open so I can talk to you. And we're going to do a muscle relaxation technique. And I really like to do this one. You can do it in public. I'll tell you what some modifications are if you're going to do it in public, but you can also do it at home anytime. It takes probably about 5 minutes. You can start at your head and go to your toes, but I actually prefer to start at my toes and go up to my head. So what we're going to do is basically a series of muscle contractions and a series of muscle relaxations. And we're going to hold each of them for about 15 seconds. So if you're ready to get started, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, first, start with your toes. So you're not going to be able to see my toes, but I'm going to scrunch up my toes, and I'm going to scrunch them and contract them as hard as I can, kind of like kid who doesn't want to put their feet into shoes and they scrunch up their toes. So I hope you're scrunching. I'm scrunching up really hard. I'm going to hold that for about 15 seconds. And sometimes the muscles will start to quiver and shake a little, and that's normal because you're not used to doing this kind of contraction. Okay, now I'm going to relax my toes all the way. So my toes are nice and relaxed. My feet are nice and relaxed. I'm going to kind of feel the difference between that contraction and the relaxation. Okay, now we're going to go to our calves, our lower legs. So you can do this in public. You can't really see me contracting, but I'm actually squeezing my calf muscle and contracting it really, really tightly right now. So I'm kind of balling it up like into like kind of like a fist. Okay, so let's keep contracting our calves. And again, at some point you might start to quiver a little bit, and that's okay. Now, let it go. So now I'm relaxing both of my calf muscles, totally relaxed. And I hope you could feel the difference between the contraction and the relaxation. Now I'm going to go to the upper part of my legs. Again, I'm in a public space. You can't really see it. I'm kind of tensing up from here all the way up to my hip, and I'm making it very tight. And you see it actually makes me sit up a little bit because I'm squeezing so much, and I'm squeezing my glutes in the back too. So everything from here to here, I'm just kind of squeezing as tight as I can. You can see it makes me sit up straighter. I'm going to keep squeezing. Now this one, sometimes you can squeeze a little longer because these are bigger muscles. All right, so very nice and tight. And then totally relaxing. You see I actually go down a little bit. And I'm talking to you now, but if I weren't talking, I would just be trying to focus on really normal breathing and not trying to take deep breaths or shallow breaths, just normal breathing. So now I'm really going to tighten up the area in my abdomen. So this is kind of like if you were doing a sit-up, a crunch, you're going to feel it in here, also around your back. So you're going to try to tighten up all this as much as you can. And the tricky part with this is to keep breathing normally while you're so tight. And you may notice that when you tighten up in here, you also tend to tighten up in other areas. So the tricky part is to kind of tighten up just in your abdomen and let the other parts relax. So I'm going to try my best to do that. And you're probably not going to be able to see it, but I can feel it. Okay, now I'm going to let that go. Next thing I like to do are my hands. So if I'm in a public space, I'm keeping them here. Or maybe I'm kind of putting them under a desk or a table so you can't see them, or maybe even under my legs. But what I'm going to do, since I'm showing you what I would do in a private space, I'm going to actually clench up my hands, and all of this is going to be contracted, and all of this is going to be contracted. So I'm going to squeeze it as tight as I can. There we go. And you can see over here I'm shaking a little bit already. That's normal. I'm squeezing really, really, really tight. Hold that for about 15 seconds. Shaking again. Okay, now I'm going to let all that go. So that should feel really different. Now, this is my favorite part. So I carry a lot of tension in my shoulders. I don't know about you, but when I get stressed, I certainly go like this. A lot of people do. So the next part I'm going to do tension is up here. So all across here, my clavicle, and then also my shoulders, I'm going to tense up. I'm actually going to shrug my shoulders up. So I go like this. I know this looks kind of funny. If you're in a public place, you might not be able to do this, but if you're at home, you can. If you're in a public place, you might have to kind of just do it like this. But I'm here, so I'm going to shrug it up. And again, this is where I keep all my tension. So when I'm stressed, I certainly start to look like this. Okay. Again, breathing, sometimes it's hard to breathe normally. So for about 15 seconds. Okay. And then I'm going to relax. Now for me, that's a really big relax. I feel the difference. So wait about 10 to 15 seconds here. And now there's another fun one. This is, again, one that you might have trouble doing in public, but if you're in private, you're going to want to contract the muscles of your face and actually around into your scalp. And so we're going to tighten up. I'm going to look like I'm making a really funny face, okay? And that's what you're supposed to do. So I'm going to do that for 15 seconds. I'm going to scrunch up really, really hard as I can. I'm going to hold this for 15 seconds. I know it looks silly. Try to breathe normally. And then I'm going to relax. So those muscles are tiny. Sometimes they quiver a lot. So we have gone from the bottom of our feet to our lower legs, to our upper legs, to our abdomen, to our arms, to our shoulders, to our face. And we've done everything with the cycle of contraction, relaxation, about 15 seconds each. I don't know how you feel. When I do this exercise, I feel a significant improvement in kind of my relaxation. I feel my shoulders lower and I feel my breathing get better. So you can do this more than one time. You could do a couple cycles if you wanted. I recommend that you practice this when you are not stressed and not anxious because it will help your body get used to what to do. So then in those moments when you are stressed, it's going to feel much more natural and much easier to do this. So if you want to practice it once a day for a while just to get the feeling, and then next time you're stressed or anxious, give it a try. This is a great exercise you can also do with friends or family, somebody that you care about, and you can see that they're really stressed and anxious. This is something you can do with them to help them feel a lot more relaxed and calm as well. So anyway, I hope this was really helpful, and I hope you'll watch our other video which talks about breathing exercises. Thanks.